Yes,
we will talk our shit out.
I'm gonna say something, and this might ruffle little feathers. I don't think just being a good man is enough to stay in a relationship with them.
But when I say a good man, I mean like he's good. That means all around. That means himself, spiritually, mentally, physically.
That's great.
Healthily, like he's a good man.
That doesn't mean that he's the man for you. And maybe when you're going through these motions of getting to know him, you're realizing, okay, he's a great person, but honestly, I don't fuck with his humor. Like, he could be funny, but he's not funny to me.
And that's why a lot of modern women are getting 40 with 4 cats and no fucking man, because he's a good man, but because he's not funny, you gotta throw that out.
It's not just one thing, but maybe it's
that's
just
true. Sometimes
you're looking at multiple things and you're like, okay, we just don't align. Like,
but why would you get that deep?
What do you mean? like if you know he not funny or y'all don't align, you usually can kind of peek that out within 60 days. Maybe even 30 days. But sometimes you let things, you're like, maybe I will grow to like these qualities about.
Girl, you know, I'm really in between the middle. No, I'm really interested. You're really interested.
No, this is good. Like, let's just say,
because y'all both have different scenarios, so I'm listening to both sides. I'm like,
no,
oh well, she gotta play. Shit.
Okay, so I would say I am not. I just don't think traditional ways really work for me, right?
Right, yeah, and that's okay.
So, but I don't really know what a modern woman is. Like, I feel like defining the type of woman you want to be is just you figuring out who you are for yourself, and then you're able to communicate that in your relationships. And
absolutely,
you know what I'm saying? Like, but if because I love to cook, I like to clean, right?
Yeah.
I like to be provided for, but I also like to work. I like, all these different elements, but I don't think if you are not doing what, taking care of the house, if y'all don't have no kids, if y'all you can really define your relationship at that point in time and not have to stick to societal standards of what makes you a good woman.
Okay, what's good, loved ones? It's your girl Taka. Once again, we are back. This is going to be a short and sweet video. Y'all know I've been asking the question, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? And this is going to be a continuation of that question, or the series, whatever you want to call it. So just in case you may be asking, what do I mean by that? What do I mean by the question, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? Let me try to break it down in layman's terms and give you an example of what the question entails. So you're a man. Let's say you're a man. You're listening to this. Let's say you meet a woman. She has 3 kids and she has no help from the father of her children. You love this woman. You think she's beautiful. She's gorgeous. She brings out the best in you. She makes you smile, makes you laugh, makes you feel like a man, makes you feel wanted, needed, all of the above. But she has 3 kids and she gets no help from those fathers, and you have a lot of people who will tell you that is not the right woman. You're going to be making a bad choice. You should rethink this. You're going to have all this responsibility. That's what I mean by, do you want to be right? Because seemingly, I can understand, not being with someone, regardless if she's a good woman who has 3 children, because it doesn't seem like the smart choice. But in all actuality, you might have the best life with this woman. Do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? Another example, let's say for a woman, You are a woman, you're highly educated, you make a good salary, you're well established, you are a homeowner, you are beautiful, you have a lot going for you, and you meet this man who makes you smile, he makes you feel safe, he makes you laugh, he makes you comfortable. It just everything, he is so attractive in your eyes. Everything couldn't be better, but he does not make half of what you make. His income is not half of your income. And in your mind, you believe, look, this is a good man. I love this man. I have feelings for this man, but is this a smart choice? What will our life look like in the future with me making more money and he may not possibly ever get up to the income earning potential that I have? Do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? Another example, and this is probably gonna be a controversial one, okay? So a lot of people, you're in relationships and people make the choice to cheat. I'm gonna say choice because it is a choice, it's not a mistake. It might be a regret, but it's not a mistake. People make the choice to cheat. So let's say you're a man, your woman, she, for whatever reason, has this one affair or one, sexual encounter with another man and she cheats. Up until that point, madly in love, you love each other. She's a good woman. She brings out the best in you. She's been supportive of you. She's everything to you. But she had that one encounter. You want to work it out. You want to try to get counseling, try to work things out, make things better. But your friends, your peers, society, you feel like, no, this woman cheated. I'm out. I should be gone. I don't want to stay. I don't want to be embarrassed. I don't want people to know that, I actually gave her another chance, this and that. Do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? So, long story short, I feel like divorce is high. I feel like people marry the wrong people. I feel like people are in miserable relationships and marriages. I feel like, unfortunately, people are in situations that they could have avoided, meaning, relationships, etc., that doesn't best suit them because simply they were trying to make the right choice instead of the choice that would have made them happy. We are very conditioned by society, culture, our surroundings, our family. And a lot of times, I often think most of us, we do not assess what is best for us as an individual. We go by what other people think and say is good, is acceptable. We have to learn and figure out for ourselves what is right for us. In this video in particular, this is actually an old video. I wasn't doing videos at the time, so call it an oldie but goodie. I'm going to bring this video up now. This video, this woman, she's talking about just because you're a good man does not mean that you are the right man. Honestly, a lot of women and men, you are picking people on purpose because they sound good on paper. They have everything that most of society, most of us would say, oh, this makes this person a good man or a good woman or a good mate. But they're not for you. They don't fit what you need. They're not providing what you need, be it chemistry, spiritually, instinctually, whatever the case may be. Just because someone is a good man or a good woman, it does not mean they are for you, period. Right now, we have this whole manosphere, we have this gender wars, and that is a narrative. People try to shame these girls, especially, or that girl in particular. They talk so much mess about her because of this. This is why Black women are single. This is why y'all don't have anybody. This is why you're going to be single mothers, this, that, and the other. Because why would you not just go and be with the good man? He's a good man, but you're still saying that's not good enough. Well, no, it's not good enough. It's not just about being good on paper. And I'm actually going to show another video because it's interesting. I found this video. I've been holding on to it. I mean, like it was a keepsake. I've been holding on to it because I knew one day I would love to have a discussion about this video and also, just present this video because it's men saying the same thing these women are saying. These men are saying the same exact thing, but it's coming from men. And we know in this world, the truth is sometimes it's not about the message. There's more impact depending on the messenger. And although men got on these women, this woman in particular with the short hair, beautiful woman, so bad, I bet you they would not have did it, or they didn't do it, in regards to these men who are essentially saying the same exact thing. Let me show you.
We can't speak for other men, right? But generally speaking, most of the women we've dealt with in the past have been good women, right? And I think that a good woman looks good on paper. A good woman looks good on paper.
Supposed to go undefeated on paper.
She has all the things. She can cook, clean, right? She can
Jamarcus Russell.
Yeah, she's
slang that. On paper, you're amazing.
She's loyal, right? She has a good heart. She's nice and sweet and good etiquette. She may come from a good family, right? She's good on, when you look at the paper, you're like, yo, this is it.
Yeah.
Right? But the right woman, has intangibles.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The right woman has intangibles that you really can't pinpoint that mesh with your intangibles.
Things that you didn't even know that were important to you.
Yeah. So that's why it's much harder to identify the right woman, because you can't necessarily see them on paper.
Yeah.
Right? But a good woman, there's plenty of women you could mess with or been involved with that other people would be like, yo, like, why you didn't wife her?
Right. Right.
Yo, like, why you didn't wife her? Or like, yo, she was pretty, bro. She did this. Bro. Like, how could you not wife her? Right? Yeah. You'd be like, I don't know, man.
She's really good though.
Cause it's that thing.
Unfortunately, she's just not the right one.
She's going to make somebody really happy earlier, one day.
She's not the wrong one.
She's not the wrong woman. She's just not the right one.
She's just not the right one. And I think when we start talking about good women, man, I mean, there are, like, everyone's not a good woman, but for the most part, like, we can literally say, like, most of the women we've dealt with in the past have been good women, right? It's fair to say, right? But it don't matter. It don't matter in certain situations when it comes to, like, taking that next step, right? And building with someone and being with someone. It's not necessarily the good woman that gets that position, or the good man, play both sides.
Right.
Because we got to be fair, right? It's not about the good man. It's not about the guy that's, like, smart and intelligent. It's the guy that you mesh with.
Yeah.
And I think that, it's important to just understand that, like, although, I'm a woman, if I'm a woman, I'm doing all the things right, technically, and I should be progressing with this man. Just understand it's not necessarily like you. It's not necessarily a you thing. It's just about, like, what's right for me. And I think that's where the difference is.
You over there cooking with grease now, okay? You over there cooking with grease now. It's getting hot. Okay. And because we talked about this earlier in the season, and a lot of people thought it was just fun and games when Duke said, it's not you.
It's me.
Right.
It's me. No, legitimately, it's not you, because someone can look at you and say, this is everything that I've ever wanted. You can give someone the feeling, but I may not necessarily get that feeling, and I think a good woman is everything that you really thought that you wanted. Like, when you kind of put it on paper, like, this is what I want. I want this. I want this. I want this. I want her to look like this. I want her to do this.
Yeah, ideal.
Right. Yeah. But you ever put everything on paper and you left out the way that you want the person to make you feel?
Yeah.
In every moment, just like when I'm sad, I want the person that I love to make me feel this way. Yeah. When I'm happy, I want them to make me feel this way. When I'm entertaining, I want them to make me feel this way. We've never really done that to where it chronicle it like that. It's just like, I want them to make this. I want them to look this. I want them to dress this. And that's kind of like as far as our list goes, right?
Yeah.
So that's why we come across so many good women.
Oh, yeah.
Because you have a list. You got a list.
Yeah.
So you come across so many good women. Right. But when you come across the right woman, you look back at your list and you be like, hold up.
None of this shit was on there.
This wasn't on there.
Well, not none of it. But there's a lot of things that popped up that you didn't write down because you didn't know.
I didn't know.
You didn't know.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yo, and to take it to even simplify it more, right? A good woman a good woman would say, well, I do this. Wow. Who wouldn't want me? Right? But a good woman is the woman that's socially acceptable for everyone. Right? The right woman is specifically designed for you.
For you. Yeah.
Right? The right woman is specifically designed for you.
Yeah.
Right? So the normal shit, cooking, loyalty, being pretty, the normal stuff that's on every man's checklist, like that's a good woman.
And your odds go up. We live in LA.
Yeah. And then you could be a woman and be like, yo, I got this, and this, but you're not thinking about how am I for this man?
Specifically.
And you can't tell because you have to be in a position to be able to even know if you're the right woman, because you can only be the right woman for the right guy.
Yeah.
Right? But that's like the simplest way to like break it down. It's like the good woman is the woman that's socially acceptable for everybody. Everybody will like on paper.
Yeah.
It's everybody's ideal woman.
Yeah.
You know, but the right woman is specifically for you.
I think.
So do you see what I'm saying? Essentially, they were saying the same thing, but depending on the audience, depending on who's saying it, it's going to resonate either better or worse. You know, it just depends. One thing that he said that, like, oh my God, like, it was just mind blowing for me. Like, and even I don't think I even ever put much thought into it myself, as he said, we often talk about and write down and try to manifest what we want our mate to be like, but we don't talk about and manifest how we want our mate to make us feel. And usually if we do, it's like, oh, I want him to make me feel happy, or I want her to make me feel happy or sexy or whatever. But, you know, do you want your mate to make you feel not just loved, but in love? Do you want your mate to make you feel like you're the most special person in the world? Do you want your mate to make you feel like you're the smartest person in the world? Do you want your mate to make you feel like you are a teenage girl or boy, in that giddy feeling, you know, that feeling where you just want to be on the phone all night and don't want to hang up, and, you know, all those things that we say are childish or just not real love, or just not, you know, that are just not important. Yes, they are important. Definitely, like, if you sit down and you can talk about how you want your mate to look, what they, you know, how much money they have, all these other things, don't forget to express and write down, learn and understand how you want that person to make you feel. Just the same, you want to make sure you write down, you pray, and you manifest about how you want to feel about that person. How do you want to feel about him or her? I want to feel like this person is my soulmate. I want to miss this person when they're not here. I want to feel protected with this person. I want to feel like this person is my best friend. I want to feel like this person is my soulmate. I want to feel like this person, you know, my body was made for this person. I want to feel like this person is, you know, the best thing that ever happened to me. I want to feel like this person was my first love, even though he or she may not have been. I want to feel like this person is the future mother of my children, or the father of my children. I want to feel like this person is sent from God. I want to feel like this person is the best thing that ever happened to me. I want to feel those type of things. That is also important. That's, I think, how you have situations, perhaps, where you have these people that are perfect on paper, these people that essentially seemingly have all the qualities that we write down. And it's like, well, why don't I have these feelings about that person? Maybe perhaps because you forgot that part, okay? So don't forget that part. We never forget the looks. We never forget the money. We never forget how we want that person to feel about us. We never forget those things, but we have to remember to also incorporate and remember those aspects as well. So there's that. Also, men, you know, I swear, I hope the manosphere men, especially the youngins, the young ones, make it to this video, because so many people are telling you need the virginal woman, you need the cooker, the cleaner, the domesticated woman, the submissive woman, when really that's not the right woman for a lot of y'all. Some of y'all need a woman that is a little more dominant. Some of you would do better and be happier with a woman that is more outgoing, more of an extrovert. Some people might say, oh yeah, she acts a little hoish. Just, I don't know. I can't think of a better word. But for you, that woman is fun. That woman fulfills you. That woman is going to be the woman you would never be bored with. And just because someone is let's say the woman might dress a certain way and you think she's sexy as hell, but you're concerned about what other people are going to think about how she looks. You can't be concerned about one, what other people thinking too. Know that you have to get to know every individual person. You cannot assume because someone looks like this, thinks like that, comes from that, they're going to be a certain way, because you might be doing yourself a disservice by making up all these preconceived notions about people. The girl who might be just a little more scantily clad may be the most domesticated woman you will ever meet. You may not want a domesticated woman. You may want a woman who's more of a traveler, more funny and goofy, but she might not cook and clean. Men, what's so funny though? For the life of me, I don't understand, other than I feel like you guys are searching for that comfort of mommy. And I'm not saying it in a way of throwing shade, like some women, like y'all just want a woman to be your mother. I think maybe it's just that feeling, because you can hire somebody to cook. You can hire somebody to clean. I feel like I always hear cooking and cleaning be the first thing that men say. And I'm like, that's the easy shit. That's the easy things. You can, even if she can't cook or clean, that's something easily you can find someone else that can do. And then I think it's also some type of psychology behind it where, men having a woman do that for them, that gives them that feeling of, that feeling of dominance. And it's not even really about the cooking or cleaning. It's just about someone being submissive to you, and that's a whole nother discussion. But again, another thing, so many men are worried about how many bodies a woman has. Do you really care? Ask yourself, are you being conditioned to care, or do you really care? Some will say those are the women who are probably the best in bed. If you have a high sex drive, and yes, you can be a woman that is great in bed and had a few partners or no partners. But my point is, men and women too, please learn yourselves. Learn what is best for you. Learn where you lack so you might can figure out what you need in a mate. Unlearn a lot of things. No offense to nobody who's religious, but some of that stuff you might need to put on the back burner so you can figure out as an individual what is best suited for you. If you're a person, you grew up in a certain culture, you might have to put some of that in the back burner so you can figure out, I'm sorry, y'all, it is late. It's literally like 12 o'clock in the morning. What is best for you? I cannot say it enough. Same thing goes to marriage. Stop trying to, stop going by societal norms and standards about what you think a marriage should be. Please sit down with yourself first. Before anybody else, sit down with yourself and figure out, what do you want in a mate? What do you want in a wife or a husband? What type of marriage do you want? Even if it's a polygamous marriage, even if it's, it doesn't even matter. Forget about other people's judgments and figure out what you want, specifically detailed. I mean, detail to detail, what you want your marriage, your life, your spouse, your wife, your husband to be. So hopefully y'all got something from that. And it's so late. I feel like I should have wrote notes, but nonetheless, again, I'm going to ask this question again. I'm going to do some other videos surrounded around this question. Do you want to be right, or do you want to be happy? But in the meantime, thank you for clicking on this video. I appreciate you. It's me, your girl Taka. It's 12 a.m. So good morning. Okay, good morning to you. And I appreciate you. I will see you on the next video. Please like this video, but even more so, comment. Tell me what you think. I want to hear your opinion. I comment back. I will talk. We can converse and communicate and share thoughts. Comment back. Okay? But until next time, bye, y'all.
East Coast always in me, Commonwealth, Lil Joe, getting love from my city. Yeah. I roll call for the DMV. In my own lane, you could still ride.